3, 2, 1. Good.
Good evening, delinquents of the internet. This is the third instalment of the ThaStr8UpBustas, and tonight we've got a few interesting topics. One with Dingle with the Resident Evil, and me with Harry and Meghan. This is gonna be fun. You should all know this by now, but we're gonna start with Dingle. You'd like to introduce yourself?
I'm Dingle, the single Pringle. I said prick then. Yeah, it's just Dingle. It's me.
And Jem.
Yep, Jem. It's just Jem. I'm it. Just some guy.
And R-Techz.
I am also a single prick, or I have a single prick. My name's R-Techz. Just come fresh off doing my first paid gig, so yay, go me and all that great stuff.
Yeah.
And now we're here, back at the ThaStr8UpBustas. Good to see you all again. Let's get cracking.
Did you remember
Your lovely
to shout
host,
us out?
SD, for tonight.
No, I did forget. I didn't say it. And, I was too much into music when I think about podcasting, so I do apologise.
Okay, that's fair.
Don't hold it against me.
Well, I am going to. So.
No.
Go on to our first topic, Harry and Meghan. Recent news article about them being involved in a paparazzi chase. We haven't heard that before with royals, have we? The last time that happened, that was Princess Diana, and you know exactly what happened to her.
Oh, yeah. So, just before we went live, I started quickly going on the BBC News app to get the article about it. So, we've got the article ready for you guys, if you want me to read out bits of it.
Sure thing, why not? Let's get a graph at this.
I've got with Sky. Apparently, it's like over exaggerated. It wasn't exactly like a full on
yeah, that's what the BBC are also saying.
It wasn't a proper car chase where you could have died. It was like, yeah, they just told them to fuck off a few times and they wouldn't. And that was about it.
New York police said numerous photographers had made the couple's journey on Tuesday evening challenging, but added there had been no reported collisions, summonses, injuries, or arrests.
Yeah, I just think it's Harry and Meghan. Well, mostly Meghan, because apparently she's black, but she's whiter than I am.
And the taxi driver who briefly drove them said the paparazzi were not being aggressive. Photographers involved have also denied parts of the couple's account. So, you say that it sounds like what happened to Diana, but really, it definitely was not.
Or being ironic.
Yeah, I know you're being ironic. I was just like making sure that our audience knows that you were being ironic and not saying, "Oh yeah, it's exactly the same thing that happened," because it definitely wasn't.
Yeah.
It's just that Harry wants you to believe that it was like that, so that
he's still relevant.
He can get the sympathy card.
Mm.
You know what it is? It's Harry and Meghan not being current, because obviously there was a thing with the fucking hell, what's it called again?
They're not being blackcurrant. That's
King,
for sure.
so the king's being crowned.
Yeah, you're not paying attention to us, so we've got to make a scene. But also, stop trying to pry into our lives.
I know, right? Oh, I'm trying to live a quiet life, out of sticks nowhere. Don't follow us. Oh, by the way, we're trying to be more current. It's just like, do you have a quiet life, or do you want to fucking be famous?
They want the quiet life when it suits them, and then the other life when it suits them.
They've signed up to be on like reality TV shows and that. So they've signed up so that there will be people in their house recording them at all times. But at the same time, they don't want people sat in their house recording them at all times. Pick a fucking lane and stay in it, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's just them being them, innit? I mean, if Harry didn't get with that fucking awful cow,
Smeggy.
I mean, just try to stay on topic. The one from Sky News, it said Prince Harry and Meghan paparazzi car chase was not near catastrophic. NYPD officials suggest. Why would he say suggest? A taxi driver who picked up the Sussexes said, "I don't think I would call it a chase," but added to the couple were quiet and seemed scared as they sat in the back of his car for around 10 minutes. So is it 2 hours or is it 10 minutes? For fuck's sake.
I mean, that's the question.
I mean, so Prince Harry's wife had her mother. What, Meghan's mother was there as well? Fucking hell. Were involved in a near catastrophic car chase being followed by paparazzi for more than 2 hours. So a minute ago, they just said it was about fucking 10 minutes. So 2 New York police officials have played down the incident, saying they do not believe the chase was near catastrophic, but described as a bit of a chaotic scene. The only chaotic scene here was Harry and Meghan, for Christ's sake.
It's Meghan, isn't it? It's that Meghan.
Yeah.
It's that Meghan. She's toxic.
Do you hear about when they were pissed off about that South Park episode?
Yeah, because the South Park episode says it literally said exactly what I just said, basically. So yeah, we're gonna get cancelled by Harry and Meghan, by the way, guys, because I said basically the same thing as that.
Sheesh, wow.
But hey, at the same time, you know what's going to happen, right?
What?
We're going to get more followers because of it.
Oh yeah,
That's the most important thing. Doesn't matter what we say.
Look, all publicity is good publicity.
Exactly. Yeah.
Does anyone know where it's actually where the chase was?
I do actually, because I've just got it up on the article that I had up.
Was it New York?
The Sky
It was
News,
New York, yeah.
Yeah, the
So
Sky
the-
News
So
say the Sussex has been driven around 57th Street, FDR Drive, and nearby roads for around an hour and 15 minutes. So again, it wasn't 2 hours, as they were followed by paparazzi. So Americans in their infinite ideas and creativity. 57th Street, yeah, great. Also, 19th Precinct. Okay, so you're not going to call it a fucking name.
yeah, that's American police for you. So
It's just Americans.
They had been attending an award ceremony hosted by the Miss Foundation for Women at Ziegfeld Ballroom in Manhattan, where Meghan was among the 2023 Women of Vision Award honorees. The couple and Meghan's mother were seen leaving and getting into a black SUV at about 10 p.m. or 3 o'clock in the morning for us. Then BBC understands that Harry and Meghan, who are usually based in California, were staying at a friend's house while in the city, but did not want to compromise their security by returning there directly. So law enforcement sources told CBS News, the BBC's US partner, their vehicle circled the venue for about an hour in an unsuccessful effort to shake off the paparazzi. Then they went to New York Police Department's 19th Precinct Police Station, where they switched vehicles in another attempt to get away. And while in the taxi, they were filmed during one encounter with photographers. That's
do they want to be famous or not?
That's what happened.
I do have something from the mayor of New York.
Oh, okay. I need to do this.
Yeah, he says that it was impossible, doesn't he?
Yeah, see what he said was he's black, by the way.
Oh, of course.
I mean, I don't know how that's important, but he is.
It's not.
It's important because they love race and all sorts of other stupid shit like that. Even though America was built on immigration, I just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
Great. Now we're going to get cancelled by the whole of America. Cheers.
They also built their city on rock and roll.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Good old stuff.
So yeah, go back to it.
Starship.
Mayor, because it doesn't actually say his name. Does it say his fucking name? Well, whatever he said was the press or paparazzi. They want to get the right shot. They want to get the right story. But public safety must always be the forefront. In the briefing I heard. So yeah, he heard 2 official officers have been injured. And then he says, go back to Harry's mum, I don't think there's many of us who don't recall how Harry's mum died. It would be horrific to lose the innocent bystander. Okay, a innocent bystander or the it's fucking shit on the website. During a chase like this, something have happened to them as well. Mr. Adams, his name's Mr. Adams, added he believes the behaviour of those following the Sussexes was reckless and irresponsible. And Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace have not commented. So it just shows how bothered they are. They kind of want rid of Harry, to be fair. I mean, they got William.
I mean, it's also the fact that Harry is pretty much.
You know, the
he's made his bed. He's made his bed. Now he's got to lie in it.
He probably didn't make his bed. He's got maids for that.
Oh yeah.
And he's got Meghan lying in it.
So I've got here what they said happened. All right. So according to the Sussex's spokesperson, a ring of highly aggressive paparazzi followed them for over 2 hours.
Jeez.
They said the relentless pursuit resulted in multiple near collisions involving other drivers on the road, pedestrians, and 2 New York Police Department officers. It was alleged that those involved in the chase broke multiple road rules, including running a red light, driving on the pavement, driving while on the phone, driving while photographing, and illegally blocking a moving vehicle.
Oh shit! Because Gem, I got to follow up on that because I'm looking at the Spectator, and their report was the NYPD's response proved more revealing. There were numerous photographers that made their transport challenging. They said in a statement provided to the Spectator, adding that the Duke and the Duchess of Sussex arrived at their destination, and there were no reported collisions, summonses, injuries, or arrests in regard. What's
summons?
So that's completely contradictory to what you said on your news.
No. I just said that's what the Sussex said happened. The BBC also said that earlier. Yeah, that's what the Sussex says. It is also claimed that the presence of police did not stop the pursuit. A member of their security team said, I have never experienced anything like this. What we were dealing with was very chaotic. There were about a dozen vehicles, cars, scooters, and bicycles. The public were in jeopardy at several points. It could have been fatal. They were jumping curbs and red lights. At one point, they blocked the limousine carrying the couple and started taking pictures until we were able to get out. That's a member of the security team has said that, and I don't believe him. Chris Sanchez, you're a liar.
Why would the NYPD lie?
Yeah, exactly. Why would they lie about
police officials?
Yeah.
If it was true that what they said, what the Sussexes said was true, the police officials would have said it the same thing, or at least something along those same lines.
Yeah.
Even the photo agencies, there was the photo agency Backgrid, who retained the services of the cameraman and photographers, released a statement saying that according to photographers present, there were no near collisions or near crashes during the incident. So you got the NYPD, you got Backgrid, both saying there was no near misses or accidents.
Yeah. It's literally just a he said, she said, except there's so many people saying actually the evidence points to, there not being any of this.
Yeah.
They, them said.
Yeah.
They, them.
They, them said.
So I'd laugh at that. Fucking hell. The Spectator also says it wouldn't be the first time the couple of I can't fucking say that word. Hyperbolized in the 2020, they claimed that Oprah Winfrey and Meghan and their unborn child had been the victims of racism. 3 years later, the couple appeared to backtrack, with Meghan suggesting there was unconscious bias in the royal family. So basically, Meghan is a massive.
June.
How
I
can
mean,
put
that's
this
not
without?
far off of what Rob's
How
trying to
can I
say.
put this without being arrested? Guarantee Meghan isn't a proper royal anyway. She's a common
wench.
common whore,
Oh,
as
a common-
said in the 1700s.
So I think what you're trying to say is that she's a hypocrite because
Yes,
she is being racist by implying that other people are unconsciously racist without providing any proof.
Mm.
So she's a hypocrite.
Well, she's just
I mean,
she's
she's
doing what everyone else does, and they just throw around that term. Everyone's throwing around that.
The royal family are white,
Mm.
and she's saying that because she's not white, that they were racist towards her without any proof.
Yeah.
Which means that she's the one being racist because she's being racist towards
not
white people
black.
because
She isn't really black, no.
No, but
she's
she
mixed
isn't
race.
white either. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think she just wants all eyes on her at the time, all the time. Or what are they called? Where they just need the spotlight. Oh, they're all
It's
white,
like
so
that
I'm going to make a deal about
with
it.
Hamilton. Oh, I was always suppressed at my young age. Yeah, your dad fucking no. Your mum's white, and your dad worked 3 fucking jobs to put you through racing.
Mm.
So each time they come across, it's racist. Are you sure about that? Your mum's white, your dad's black. Your dad worked 3 jobs, which goes against the whole stereotype, and he couldn't have got those jobs if people were racist to him. But that's obviously a different fucking topic. But I thought I'd suggest it as a to kind of back up my point.
As I say, people just throw it in there, don't they? Like everyone seems to be playing the victim card these days.
The race card as well is getting boring.
Yeah,
it's like I mean, the race card. We're trying to move forward in this world, and everyone's going, "Oh, you're racist because I don't know, you're wearing different shoes to me." Fuck off. You know what I mean?
It'd be like saying that Dingle and I are racist because we're wearing black, but we're white people.
Exactly.
Sheesh, you are. Yeah, I need to exit now. Bye.
Yeah.
I mean, it's another hilarious thing.
I've disabled both your videos now. It's just me.
I've just seen a photo of Meghan and Harry.
How do I get it back?
And Harry seems more black than Meghan, even though she's wearing and he's fucking ginger and she's wearing a fucking white suit. Fucking hell.
I think she needs to do a lot of growing up. That's what I generally think.
He is such a massive.
I think the both of them do, to be honest.
It blows my mind how Harry even
wakes up.
got with it. I mean, there must be some kind of. Oh, what's that?
She must have a sexy ass body.
Mm.
I mean, you're going to put up with something that long, she's got to have a nice ass
She
or
must
something.
be able to suck a golf ball through a fucking garden hose.
There's meant to be a straw in it.
I mean, either that or there's a bit of domestic abuse with them.
Well,
I don't know.
But she'll threaten to kill herself if Harry ever left her.
That's emotional abuse, not domestic abuse.
That's worse than the actual physical abuse, isn't it? Emotional. Is
Yeah.
it emotional abuse? Yeah, whatever it is.
I think they've got something wrong with their relationship because
if they end up having a divorce, it will be due to racism straight away.
I would hold my brother and family above all else. And if Meghan started kicking off, it's just like, well, so fucking what? I can always find another one.
We can. He's a billionaire.
For Christ's sake.
Exactly.
Apparently, William knocked Harry on his ass around about the time that the Queen died.
Sheesh.
He probably said that
speaking ill of her or something.
Basically because of what Harry and Meghan had been saying about the entire royal family. I think I don't know the entire thing, and it's all alleged because it's all from Harry and Meghan's perspective, and William I don't think has said anything about it.
No.
Basically, Harry said something he shouldn't have, and his brother's gone, "You arsehole," and knocked him on his arse.
Well,
Basically,
they've written a book, haven't they? He's got an autobiography.
Yeah.
What, Spare?
I didn't care to remember what it was called. I just seen it in the shops.
You go around doing duties, get treated like a fucking prince, everything done for you, and all you have to do is smile, shake a few hands, and make a few things happen.
Make a few things happen.
It's also like I used to like Harry because of like the Invictus games and all that kind of, like, all the things he was doing for wounded soldiers and everything, like all great things. And I was like, oh yeah, he's the kind of prince I can get behind.
Oh yeah.
But ever since Megan, yeah, just don't read too much into that. No. Ever since
I'm behind you all the way, mate.
Ever since Megan, he's been just an absolute
twonk.
I'm gonna say it. Cunt.
It's not the first time
language.
a family member's been involved with an American.
Yeah,
and every time they seem to get involved with America, something like this happens.
This is the second time.
More.
So the first time it was the prince that was going to become the king.
Yeah.
It was the queen's eldest brother. And then he decided to abdicate to stay with his missus because at the time it was a big deal. Because then it was also at that time, which was like just before the Second World War. So
probably a good thing then.
It was
King. Who was it?
It was a bigger deal then because it was a bigger deal at the time anyway because it was more.
Richard III.
Something like
Who was it? Fucking hell! It must have been Richard III at World War II.
But yeah, so he abdicated his
father.
Yeah. So
I can't fucking remember.
The person who was going to become king abdicated his what was it? His right to the throne to stay with his missus. And then her middle brother was like, yeah, I'm just not going to be king. I don't want to be king, or whatever. So he also abdicated. So then it was put straight onto her. So yeah, Queen Lizzie.
It must have been Richard III.
I don't know the royal
I'll
family.
ask Alexa. Alexa, who was king during World War II?
Dingle Games.
George VI was king.
Oh, George VI.
You were 3 out.
Well,
He wasn't 3 out. He was completely wrong. That's what it was.
Yeah. No, because I just realised you said the wrong name.
You were saying Richard III, and it was George VI.
Yeah.
I know, terrible. Shows my royal family history.
Considering your profession, SD, that is actually even worse.
My profession is
true. That is very
Boston.
true.
Yeah.
If you don't know, we're all doomed.
Oh.
He's not.
Yeah, but you had to make an oath. Didn't you? To get into your profession.
I'm not confirming or denying that because I'm not part of that
banner.
It's part of the Ku Klux Klan. That's what he's on about.
Yeah,
they're all German anyway, as well, aren't they? The majority of them are like DNA German. Yeah, that's great, isn't it?
But the French ate their royalty, so it's probably a good thing, to be honest. I wouldn't want to be French.
Nope.
I better send that part to Silvex, Dingle.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Don't get Frenchie involved. They call you a stupid ass.
Yeah, I'm going to timestamp that.
God,
even
I miss
though
that
they
guy.
are rioting and they're complaining about the retirement age going up on their country, and they're going around burning down buildings and shit.
It is the thing. However much we want to make jokes about the French military, it's always a French citizenry that rises up, and they actually get things done.
There you are, see.
Yeah, it is, yeah. The funny thing about that is the French, they don't pay as much for their energy bills as we do. And that's because our energy companies that operate in England well, the United Kingdom, should I say,
Mm.
are all owned by Europe.
Yeah.
Mainly Russia.
So the way to destabilize the country is to take hold of its infrastructure. So obviously producing power is a large part of our infrastructure. Otherwise, what we're doing now, wouldn't happen without power, obviously.
Yeah.
So obviously they could just jack it up until we decide, okay, we want fucking cheaper energy bills, let's join Europe and then become one of the other faceless countries out there and get fucked over. I mean, Europe...
And the thing is, if we try to rejoin Europe, it will be even worse for us, because when we started Europe, we were one of the founding members of the EU. Therefore, we actually had power. We could veto stuff.
Thing is,
now we
what
can't.
should have happened was a trade platform where you can work together. How it's become like a government of Europe. I don't agree with that. We've already got a bunch of lizards in Parliament. We don't need some other fucking lizards.
Too many lizards.
And
yeah, the trade platform was how it was sold to the British public as well. That's why people voted to go forward with it, because they thought it was just trade.
Oh, really? Well, they couldn't have kept that information, surely. They didn't just spring it upon them, I'm guessing.
And what I don't like about it is how they decide our rules. It's just like, we've already got a government, we don't need another one.
Yeah, but they don't do that anymore because we're out of it. Kind of. Maybe.
So what really should be happening is there must be a massive, enormous gap in the market for an energy company, a British-born energy company, to take it all over. I mean, that'd be a massive fucking kick in the teeth for Europe, because they won't be able to destabilize us.
The problem is that company is still have to buy up the power generators in this country.
Do a bit more.
They are all owned by European companies, mostly French.
Yeah, we hate the French.
I don't mind them.
Their food and wine is great. Their politics, not so much.
Food and wine, I'll tell him that. We'll pass it on.
They got the best football league in the world. They got the best football teams in the world. They got the best international football team in the world that constantly win it. They're doing something right.
Yeah, because most of the people most of the Premier League players are foreign.
Yeah, but yeah. Where did you go with that?
They
Not
come
all
in,
French.
they get paid like $100,000 a week, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
so
but
it's a fucking no-brainer.
Okay, but how is that in relation to the French football league? Because they've got the best league and they've got the best teams.
What I mean is they've got French players that play in the Premier League.
Yeah, we got more French players that play in the French league.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's how it's how it's set up.
You got me there.
Trump card.
I don't watch French football.
It's amazing. I prefer it to the Premiership.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I do. Pardon my French.
I'm more of a fan of a rugby, to be honest.
I suppose it's appropriate
porn.
to fall over and raise your white flag. Well, anyway, dragging it back on topic.
Back to the topic that we were talking about like half an hour ago. Yeah.
It's like whenever somebody else from outside the UK gets involved with something within the side of the UK, it all goes tits up. I suppose not every time, but usually when it's serious, i.e. Meghan, because she's American,
So you're
not
saying
French.
we should stick to our own?
Well, no.
No, I'm asking. I'm not saying. It's a question.
What was the question again?
I said, do you want me to say it again? Do you want to stick to our own kind?
Do you think that people in that position should stick to other British people?
Should it be a pure British, pro-British?
Oh, right. Yeah, I get
Here's the thing, though. We need
less gingers.
We need more of the gene pool. We should mix and be, having our genes scrambled properly. picking the
What?
best part of the world to mix our genes with.
Yeah, but it shouldn't
see,
really matter
It's not the
where.
British Empire. We
Only
went out
people from the
there,
Commonwealth then.
we took all the best qualities of the world and brought them home.
Right. So,
So-
first
so
world countries, kings and queens, and only.
So the royal family can only mate with people that are from the Commonwealth. So that's
I would have suggested they go with someone German,
people from Hong Kong,
close to
India, Pakistan,
Mm.
Canada,
Mm.
and some of the some of the Caribbean states and some African states. I think Egypt's in there.
Go with Germany. I reckon they should go as a.
They're not in the Commonwealth.
The thing is though, I think this feels like we've gone back in time. Like that's not how the whole kingdom stuff works now, is it? We don't.
It's like a religion, doesn't it?
German
We don't
royal
need
family
to.
because
We
it's
don't need
already
it.
here.
We don't need it organised that much. They're not exactly that prominent now, are
Yeah.
they?
Mm.
I mean, if we breed with the Germans, we're less likely to get invaded again. I mean, they didn't invade us the first time because they didn't have the
Okay,
technology. But they could this time.
I'm just gonna say it. Treaties formed by marriages do not work anymore because most countries don't have royal families that they can then have their children marry off into.
You end up
So-
inbreeding.
What I mean is,
That-
like,
That doesn't
having to go
work.
for a German woman.
Yeah, but then you can't expect them to
Germans
go
are very
for
efficient.
specifically
They're very
certain
on
people.
course. They're not this chaotic shit that Meghan is.
Yeah, but what about if we turn back the time and Harry 10 decade ago didn't meet Meghan, he met some girl, said she was Egyptian, looked Egyptian, sounded Egyptian, and then they got married.
Egyptian.
And she
Does she walk Egyptian?
Yeah, she does the. I can't do it. I'm not gonna do it.
To
And
be
then
fair,
what if she finds out? He
would
finds
be
out she's
like-
not Egyptian. They're gonna have to get a divorce straight away then. Or if they've already breeded, as you put it, then what's that gonna happen by that point? Sorry, I'm actually Serbian.
Okay,
I don't think the Egyptian would be more as chaotic as Meghan is. She's not American. That's the most important thing here.
okay. Here's my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, his.
I don't
Jem's
think anybody would have cared about Harry and Meghan being together if, like, Meghan
She
just
was such a
wasn't being a bitch.
cunt.
It's
It is straight up just a case that
Busters.
Meghan created all of this drama entirely by herself. And obviously, as Meghan's man, Harry's had to stand up and, be on her side because of their relationship. But the problem is that he's now put himself into a position where he's stuck in that position and has got to double down on it. What's going on with him?
Did you find a bug in your room?
I thought I heard a wasp. Yeah, I started freaking out. I can't see it. So it's all good.
I reckon Harry should have met someone, like someone called Sally. So
When Harry met Sally.
We've been going for half an hour. Mr.
Happy
SD, if you
days.
wanna-
I think we've absolutely fucking murdered this subject. So let's
I
move
think
on
we have,
to
yeah.
a bit more positive. Dingle, off you go.
I'm going to talk about. Go on.
I was thinking maybe we should do our final thoughts just before we get into
Oh,
the
yeah.
next stuff.
Yeah.
It would be a good idea, but I think we've fucking murdered it.
Do final thoughts at the end.
SD,
Yeah.
SD.
Okay, we do.
Okay,
He's rebelling against the original structure.
He's rebelling against the structure, so let's get
let's do our
on with
thoughts
Dingle's
then.
topic then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dingle.
Dingle. I want to talk about Resident Evil and the
Oh.
franchise of the beginning to where it's at now.
Mm.
I don't know
Love it.
who's out of the lot of us. I don't know who's actually played it. Anybody?
I played 6 and 7.
6 and 7.
5 and 5
I
and
have
6.
played.
5 and 6.
I played 1, 2, and 3.
Ooh.
I haven't played 4 or Code Veronica. I played 5, completed 6, and then I haven't played any other ones since.
Yeah, they've completely changed it around, didn't they? They've gone more horror with it.
They've changed it completely twice because obviously the first 3, arguably the first 4, if you're including Code Veronica as one of the mainline games, which I've heard that Code Veronica is the next remake as well.
Please, that was a good one, that as well.
So those 4 were very horror centric, but it was mostly around the controls, where you had the tank controls at that time.
Right.
And obviously the fixed perspective, so you had less control over your character. And so then that made the situation more tense.
Yeah, because what it is they've brought in this Ethan Winters character, didn't they? For 7.
Yeah, in 7 and then in 8, which is Village.
And Village. And they did the DLCs in Village that filled in a few plot holes. Obviously, I don't know where they're going to take the story now. I have a few ideas, but I don't think they're, theories. But I don't know. I think the worst Resident Evil game I've played 2 of them actually, 5 and 6.
Oh, yeah.
I could have... Terrible.
They were not horror games.
Aren't they?
They were...
No,
I found it was very stiff gameplay.
They definitely didn't feel like horror games.
No.
The first 3 were fixed position, tank controls games. And arguably, again, if we were including Code Veronica as one of the main games, then it's the first 4. Then number 4 was over the shoulder third person.
Yeah, that's when...
And that was when it started becoming less scary, but 4 was still quite scary, and everyone says it's the best one. But then that was the first one to do the change. Then 5 was just goofy.
Oh, wasn't it just?
And then 6 just went, let's take all this goofy and turn it up to 11.
Yeah.
That being said, I did actually enjoy 6. Guilty pleasure as it is. 6 is funny to play. It's not a good game, and I'm not saying that for a Resident Evil game it is a good Resident Evil game either. But I enjoyed it when I was playing it because it's just fun.
They went too actiony on it. It was more like watching Action Man in the 5th Resident Evil. Was like when he punches the boulder, and you're thinking, "What the fuck?"
That's at the end.
And
boss 5, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm kind of... That one annoyed me, because the way they killed Wesker off really annoyed me, because he's like a badass. I mean, he's not a good guy, but come on, you could have killed him off better.
I mean, to be fair, he had died like 5 times before then.
Yeah, he injected himself, didn't he, before he got killed, and then turned into... But he was like the badass. But the way Chris Redfield... And 5th, it's not like... The game will tell you when you can kill him. So you're kind of waiting for the game to say, right, now kill him. So it's like it was just terrible. There was nothing to it. And there's characters in Resident Evil, and it's like, where are they now? You got that Barry. Or was it Barry? Barry?
Barry was in Revelations 2.
Yeah, and it's like, where is he? And there's another character.
So Barry was in a complete... I think he joined the BSAA at one point.
Yeah,
but he was always separate from Chris and Jill, despite the fact that he was Jill's partner in the first game. But he returns in the one where it's Claire Redfield, and the fear virus that if you get too scared, you become a zombie.
Oh, nice. They should make a game that.
They did. It was Revelations.
No, I mean like a game where you actually play as a zombie, but you're like not full of zombie, and you just play as a zombie, and you got to go from mission to mission. Well, I thought it in my head. It doesn't sound good now, but I thought
Stubbs the zombie.
Start with a zombie, but you got to keep injecting yourself to still stay, and you're trying to help the survivors, and they kind of bring you in, and you're like a good zombie, but it's still brutally fucking gory. it just be
Dying Light.
The Dying Light 2.
They should just end the franchise because I think they've done it to death. To be honest,
They can't now because they're still because Chris Redfield, because in 7 at the end, which surprised me at the end of 7, is when Chris Redfield got the helicopter back in an umbrella helicopter, and I'm thinking, what? But the
blue umbrella.
Umbrella. And now in 8 Village, there's a lot of shit going on because when you do the Chris Redfield mission, there's a lot of things that don't make sense. Like he doesn't trust the BSA? He doesn't trust
BSAA, yeah.
He doesn't trust them now. He's weary that someone's in there packing shit and turning. Because the military, they should have came earlier. So I can remember. He was moaning like it's something. The military should have been in Village sooner. And Chris was asking questions. Why haven't we got here sooner? And it's like someone's in the BSA messing around.
And also the BSAA were using bioweapons.
That's it.
It's revealed at the end.
Yeah.
Which prior to this point they'd never done because they are weapons used by the terrorists.
They're the good
in
guys.
all these games.
And that's another thing.
You know what? They haven't put in an antivirus or some kind of counter to the main.
That's been that was a major part of the first 3 games.
Umbrella is a medicine. It's a pharmacist.
Yeah,
that's what Umbrella is.
It's a pharmaceutical company.
Yeah,
but they made bioweapons as well.
It all falls under the same umbrella, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's more of like an antidote to the whole series where they could end the whole franchise by literally worldwide dispersion of this antivirus.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't make money as a pharmaceutical company selling ineffective cures that don't really cure people. And also, you won't make money on your bioweapon if you also just inoculate everyone.
Well, what is it like their rival, say a rival company?
You got to remember, SD, that this is a game that's basically saying capitalism is bad because it's capitalism that caused all the problems.
But there's characters like
wasn't it some nutter who wanted to make his daughter walk again because she was paralyzed, and they created.
That's in the movies.
Movies.
That's the movies. Yeah.
The first 2 movies were perfect, but they ruined after that.
Are the films still canon?
The films are in their own canon.
Yeah,
because at the end of the second movie, the world is completely destroyed. Whereas in the video games, the world is fine. It's just just the odd, the odd outbreak here and there because terrorists release it.
Yeah.
The first Resident Evil film I loved. The second one, okay, it was good. Then they ruined it when she started running up walls and shit. I thought, fuck off, man. I was hoping a 28 days later video.
Infected.
The issue with the second, but most of the issues for the Resident Evil movies surrounds Alice.
Yeah, she's fucking hot.
If you take, she is hot. If you take Alice and you remove her from most of the movies, you lose half the movie.
Oh, big
time. All the bits of the movie that are without her are usually the best parts. And no offense to Mila Djokovic, but she's not a very good actor.
No, not the greatest, was she? No. I could have played a better female than that. There you go, transgender me up. No, it's just, there's so many, I was surprised to see, I wasn't surprised, because in 7, I was waiting to see, someone at the end, when that helicopter came down, I was either waiting for Leon Kennedy or Chris. But when he showed up, I was like, Chris, you look a lot different from 6. Obviously, in 5 and 6, he's this massive steroid freak that can punch boulders. He showed up looking like one of the Island Boys in 7. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like, I'm Chris Redfield. Fuck off, Chris. Where have you been? You're always showing up at the end. I've done all the work now. Fuck off. That annoyed me. I'm Chris Redfield. I'm Dingle. Fuck off. You know what I mean? I've done it now. I've killed the whole family. Thanks for showing up. You can clean the mess up, you twat. That really annoyed me. But it was waiting for. But it's like, where's Leon? Where's Leon at?
Leon's part of the presidential secret service, so he pretty much only ever works for the president directly.
He's dead now, anyway, isn't he? Did he die?
As far as I'm aware, he's still alive as of the ending of 6.
Oh shit!
So,
Leon was in 6, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was one of the main characters in 6. Yeah,
Leon and Sherry.
Yeah.
Unless he's died in one of the CG movies, which is they're part of the video game canon.
They're meant to be crap, apparently.
Well, the CG ones. The CG ones are fucking amazing. They are.
The series.
At least the 2 that I've seen.
The series they got going on Netflix. Apparently.
Oh, the Netflix series. No, it's not those. That's the TV series.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's shit. But there's, I think, 3, maybe 4 movies that are entirely animated that are based in the video game universe.
Oh, I think I've seen one with that big fucker in it.
Nemesis?
Probably, yeah.
I don't think it's Nemesis.
No, it's if it's the one that I'm thinking of, it's a G-Virus guy.
Yeah, the big bold bitch.
Yeah, because he...
Agitate.
Has he got a Bugatti, though?
No.
Oh, that's not in them.
He ends up hunting down his sister, who's one of the police officers or something. And because it's a G-Virus thing, he's trying to impregnate her, but
bit weird, but as you do.
Is there an S virus?
Each to their own.
Yeah, keep it in the workers.
Hey, throwback
Throwback episode.
7.
Yeah. 7.
If you're not seeing that, go back to watch the other videos.
Wouldn't that be the I virus?
There's different things.
That when Chris Redfield punched that boulder, I just thought, this has got to be a goof or something.
That was ridiculous.
Did he boulder you over?
It's hilarious because in the first game, Chris Redfield was getting locked outside. Next time we see Chris Redfield, he's hunting down, trying to find his sister, Terry Redfield in Code Veronica. Then next we see him, he was working with Jill, and then Jill died.
Yeah.
Air quotes. And so he's been trying to hunt down Wesker ever since then because Wesker killed her.
Just repurposed her.
Yeah. In fact, he brainwashed her, but
Yeah.
And then after that, he then goes to Unspecifiedistan because I can't remember the name of the place.
Unspecifiedistan.
Yeah. And
sounds like a cool place.
Gets his entire team killed by Ada Wong. Not actually Ada
God
Wong.
damn.
Oh, isn't that the Asian lady?
Yeah, she can play my mom.
Asian lady from 4, yeah. Well, she's also in 2.
I swear she's got a thing for Leon.
She's in 7 as well.
7? No, she's not.
Yeah,
she's not.
Once you complete all of the 4 stories, you get hers, like a side story.
No, that's 6.
That's 6.
Oh, 6.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, she's in 6.
Oh, not 7. Yeah, 7's the first person one. My bad.
I'm literally talking about the plot of 6 right now.
My bad.
Yeah, so Chris Redfield's team gets killed apart from Pierce, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's him and Pierce and a couple of other guys that survive, and the rest of his team gets killed by the C virus. And basically she then gets away, and then he just becomes a alcoholic amnesiac.
As you do.
For 2 years. In this country that's just filled with bioweapons, by the way. He's still in that same country. He just decided, I'm just gonna knock myself out and then just start drinking loads of fucking alcohol.
I wouldn't be Chris Redfield's partner. They always seem to die, apart from that Shava.
I suppose it wouldn't kick off in Europe, would it? They couldn't go to Europe with this game, could they?
Yeah.
I mean,
the Geneva Convention is not using biological weapons.
I mean, I'm just going to put it out there. The opening cutscene for Code Veronica is in Paris.
No, let's not talk about French
did know
again.
And I'm pretty sure there's an Eastern European country in one of the CG movies that's it's in a civil war, and Leon's involved in that.
I think Leon's ain't my favorite character. I'll tell you that. I'm
gonna put it out there. Leon is mine.
I can't. I think I am a I'd say Chris, even though he disappointed me in 5 and 6. I did like the twist of the stories clashing together in 6. That's probably the only bit I liked. But they all like cross paths.
And
because
there was one mission on the who was it? Was it Claire and the bold dude? What was that story?
Oh no, that's Sherry and the Sherry and Jake and Nick, because Claire was an insert.
Yeah, because
one of their missions where you have to like one of you's on the cameras and the other one's got to go through it, and then one of you mans the turrets on the cameras. That was like quite an innovative mission.
That sounds like Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, that's quite cool.
Jake. That was the escape mission, wasn't it? Escaping from the
sure, the motorbike involved.
Or something.
No, the connections lab or something like that. Yeah,
there was one where you're on a ski thingy, weren't you? I hated that mission. I failed it so many times.
Oh yeah, that's like near the start of their campaign, isn't it? Like I think at the end of the first act of their campaign.
But I say, what's going to happen with Resident Evil now though? Because like Ethan Winters, obviously, I thought it was strange how his arm would fall off and he could automatically just put water on it and it would be back together.
Yeah,
I thought that was strange, but then you find out he died as soon as he got hit in 7.
Yeah, and then became a mold monster.
Yeah, and then obviously his daughter now is going to be part of the BSA, whatever it is.
No, she's part of Chris Redfield's splinter faction of the BSAA. I personally think the next Resident Evil game is going to take place before the Rose DLC from 8, but after the ending of 8.
That DLC was good. I enjoyed that.
Because obviously she's like a teenager at that point. So, like, 18 years have basically passed between the ending of 8 and her point in the story. And so, by that point, you'd think that Chris would have retired or become like one of the desk people at the BSAA rather than being an active operative. Because he's quite old now. Let's be honest. He's like he's in his 40s, so he'd be probably in his 60s by that point. So he's probably not field worthy.
I do believe that they will end up killing Chris off. I reckon he'll die by helping like the world or something, and that's how it'll probably end.
It'll be something really heroic.
Yeah.
I reckon that the next I don't think he'll die in the next game. Maybe in the DLC for that game after it probably takes place after the DLC from last one.
Yep.
But I think that he will be trying to find out what's happening in the BSAA.
Oh yeah.
But we won't be playing as him, at least not for the whole game. It would be like one section again.
Because I know we will play as Rose.
Are you sure about that? Yeah, it is Rose. Yeah, Rose Winters.
I think she's going to be like a big impact in the next game.
I think that Rose will be a big part of the next game, but I think it will be younger Rose,
and
then you won't be playing as her, but I personally believe you'll be playing as Mia.
That'd be a different twist.
So you're playing as Mia, and you're trying to help Chris by, finding out who the leader of who in the BSAA is giving the okay for like bioweapons and stuff like that. And there'll be some sort of like outbreak in the main BSAA base.
Oh, that sounds sick.
And then at the end of the game, like something happens to Mia that makes her have to give up Rose entirely to Chris and the Wolfhound Gang, is it, or something like that?
I think it is, you know.
His squad, whatever, the Wolfgang squad or whatever.
Yeah.
That sounds like a squad on bloody Rocket League or something.
I reckon Chris will end up that he might not. He will end up that, but I reckon he'd do it by sacrificing himself to save something. Because that's just the way he is. He's like action man.
Yeah, that is the way he is.
Perhaps it might be save Jill.
Jill, yeah, she needs to be more in it.
I do think that we should get more of the legacy characters back in. Like Claire really needs to have. I really think Claire should have been involved in the DLC.
Yeah, because she's a badass character. I quite like her.
Not only is she a badass character, but also she's like the caring motherly character.
Yeah, that's right.
And from what we've seen of Mia is not exactly caring and motherly.
No,
is she really?
She's the Meg. She's the Meg of Resident Evil.
Yeah. So I think that obviously, if Chris took her, Chris obviously took Rose away from Mia at some point. I think he should have given her to Claire, and then Claire should have been the one that should have been raising her.
Yeah, I agree with that. That would have been sensible, really, because Mia's just trouble.
Yeah,
she's just trouble. I didn't trust her.
She was part of the connections.
That's right.
During the events of 7.
That's right. Yeah, that's the whole reason she was in that fucking house.
Yes, the entire thing. She was part of the terrorist group.
Yeah, I found that out, and I was like, "This girl is trouble."
Yeah,
because when
Ethan still stays with her.
When Ethan died, and at the end you see his gravestone, I thought, this character, he only been in 2 games, but oh my god, he stole my heart.
Yeah,
he's fucking amazing. It's like, they killed him. You never got to see his. I think you do actually in one point, in like a DLC.
In the DLC, in the Rose Winters DLC, I believe you do.
You see his face.
I think so.
Because even in 7, I kept going up to the mirror, but the mirror is all blurred, and I think, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But yeah.
System.
And if you modify there's a way to get into like a free camera mode in the final cutscene of 8.
Oh, clip it.
Yeah, where you can go in to see his face then, and he looks just like a generic guy.
Oh, does he? Oh.
He stole my heart. When the Resident Evil 7 trailer came out, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck's this? And it said Resident Evil. I thought, oh my god, they've gone old school again. Horror. Yeah. It was good. I enjoyed it. But I did it in VR.
Ooh.
Yeah, not bragging. But that's the first game I completed in VR.
I'm going to be completely honest. I do not like horror games anyway. I don't like horror in general.
That's intriguing.
I like Resident Evil because most of the time Resident Evil isn't that scary. I just don't like being scared.
Have you played any of the Silent Hill games?
I haven't played them. No. I've watched other people play them because that's easier for me. I do enjoy the Silent Hill storyline just like I do with Resident Evil. I just don't enjoy playing horror games or watching horror movies.
I love it. You shouldn't have said that, Jem.
Yeah, we're going to play Earthfall and then it's a horror game after that.
How do you know Earthfall ain't a horror game?
It is when we're playing with R-Techz.
Yeah,
he just leaves you behind.
No, I was going to say, you'll be swarmed and I'll be at the safe room laughing my ass off.
God, yeah, we need to plan a day for that. That'd be fun.
Yeah, we do. 2 to buy it and 1 to install it because I'm the only one who's got it bought and installed.
I've got it bought and installed.
I've got it. I bought and installed. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so we're waiting on one person.
Yeah. And who's that?
SD. R-Techz.
R-Blinks.
Oh, look at his pre-face. Everyone get him up on the big screen.
Yeah, he's not. Hello. He's got some mute.
I've been looking at the Resident Evil games.
Oh, okay.
Right. Fair enough. We'll let you off.
Yeah,
We'll let you off because you
Well,
were
did it
doing
look like
something.
I was frozen in place?
No, it looked like you just weren't responding to us at all, and you just went around and started doing other things. Like you were rejigging
Cleaning.
your sofa at one point.
Yeah, cleaning.
You're just in your own planet on your own planet there.
Bitch tits.
Bitch tits.
No, he's staying entirely still, trying his hardest not to. So it looks like he's frozen.
Also, Resident Evil 6.
Shaking.
When Ada fell off that thing, I generally thought, "Oh shit, she's dead." But it was a clone, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Carla. No, not Carla. What was her name?
I don't know. I couldn't.
Helena or something. No, Helena was No,
Haley?
yeah, it was Carla.
Her and Leon need to just bang and get it over with.
They should. I'm pretty sure. No, yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't.
I thought Leon was with Helena, wasn't he?
Leon was working with Helena. Yeah, I was saying. Clone Ada's character name was Carla, I believe.
Because when the clone died, Leon actually thought it was Ada. His face said it all. It's like, oh my god, he wants to bang her. He probably still would if she was dead on the floor.
Yeah.
Well, they've killed enough. They've killed enough undead. So what's the harm in just bonking one?
You heard it here first, guys.
Yeah. Necrophilia.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
That's what the episode's going to be called now. Royalty necrophilia. Necro royalty. Sheesh.
Right,
it could be Meg. No, someone having like Meg as a resident.
Oh, Meg's a resident.
Meg as a resident.
What's our time?
We're about on cue. Yeah, if you want to say it some.
So yeah, not to hold an interesting topic short, but final thoughts on what we've spoken about tonight. Start with Dingle.
Yeah, I think Meg's trouble. I think she's just one of those that wants the spotlight on her, and if no one's given her time of day, she will have a tantrum. I think she's a nightmare. I think she's toxic. Don't like her, and I don't care for her. That's what I got to say about
that.
Well, pretty much Dingle said everything about Meg that needs to be said. I'm worried that Harry is just falling down a path that we'll never be able to return from.
He's going down a tunnel. He shouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. And back to final thoughts on Resident Evil. I think Resident Evil is great, but I don't like playing the games.
And R-Techz.
So you're just interested in the lore and the story
and order,
not the game.
Yeah, lore and story. Yeah,
lore and order.
You don't like being frightened.
I don't like being frightened. No.
Oh, it didn't work, damn it.
Anyways, your final thoughts.
I think I haven't really got too much to say on the H&M thing, as I don't really, in all honesty,
H&M.
As I don't really have enough knowledge to conclude a real judgment on it. The proof seems to suggest, or the evidence, seems to suggest that they're not telling the truth. So that's what they can swivel on that. And yeah, they're just trying to stay relevant. But I mean, that's what he's been doing for a while now, isn't it? And as for the Resident Evil thing, yeah, I played 5 and 6. Thought they were good. I preferred 5 over 6 because I just liked the. It wasn't even the story really. It was more just the gameplay I preferred. As Dingle said, 6 got way too like everywhere rather than there wasn't really many tense moments. At least 5, like there were a few. Yeah, that's about it. And also in 5, I loved when you completed it because if you played as Shover in your next playthrough, you had that bow and arrow, which had infinite arrows. So I'm just there like.
Nice. Remember the revolver?
Nice.
Remember the revolver?
Yeah.
That's good.
That was powerful. That's my final thoughts. R-Techz sorting it out.
Cool. My final thoughts on Harry and Meghan. Like you said, he's fallen down a rabbit hole. Meghan wants all the attention. I think he's fallen for the wrong woman. I mean, he could have really done the royal family a favour and either married somebody from Wales or from Germany to bring on our ties with Europe a bit more. I thought that'd be a good idea, but obviously you can't help who you love. Even though maybe some emotional,
Go on, carry on.
Yeah, go on, emotional cow.
I think I get what
along
you're
with
saying.
the whole thing with the police with the fucking paparazzi chase, it was obvious that the sources I was reading from what they said was different to what Harry and Meghan was saying, especially with Jem. What Jem was saying and what they were saying wasn't
adding up.
They were saying, if you know what I mean, this kind of whole pit of lies kind of thing.
What they were saying and what everyone else was saying were two completely different stories, and let's be honest, everyone else were probably telling the truth.
So it wasn't really assassination attempt. It was probably Harry using his mother's death to his advantage to make himself more famous because they tried to kill him.
It all comes down crashing and burning.
Along the terms of Resident Evil, however, I've played one game and I probably played about 20 minutes of it, and that was Resident Evil 3. I didn't like it.
Get off the stream now.
Get off now. Yeah, you just
You're fired.
I watched the first movie. I've watched people play the first game. They weren't the fucking same, so I don't see the point of that.
He's not wrong.
I think they've probably done the Resident Evil games to death, and Capcom should probably work on something else.
Like Silent Hill.
Like Silent fucking Hill. Because
Silent Hill isn't Capcom though. Silent Hill is
it's not. Yeah, that's right. But they should.
They should take over.
I mean, there was nothing more fucking scary than that fucking triangle head following you down a fucking hallway, and regardless of how many times you shot that cunt, he wouldn't fucking leave you alone.
That's because he was the manifestation of James's guilt for murdering his wife.
That's what I love about those games.
Yeah,
and then he turns up in other games for some reason.
Silent Hill, for Christ's sake. And that's my final thoughts on that. So bringing this out, like, subscribe if you like it. That is, if you don't, well, you can stuff it. Myself, SD, Dingle, Gem, and R-Techz wish you good night
and Merry Christmas.
And a Merry Christmas if you decide to fuck off for that long. Good night.
Are we not going to plug anything yet?
Go on, Gem. You want to? You know you want to.
All right.
I'll Dingle first then. All right. Play it
we can't keep going. Let Gem just do all of it.
Okay. Support Dingle on his TikTok, which is the SureDiesAlot at SureDiesAlot, isn't it now?
Yeah, it is.
And also Dingle has his own YouTube channel, which he does gaming videos on. Is that Dingle Gaming?
Or Dingle Games. Dingle Games.
Dingle Games. Then support R-Techz on Twitch and YouTube with the R-Techz Gaming, Twitch and YouTube is
That's
both
the one.
here.
Twitch and YouTube.
Right. Support us on Reddit for r/Stray8UpBustas podcast, and support us on Twitter with both Stray8UpBustas, which is run by SD, and Gem. I mean, just Stray8UpBustas Gem in that.
I will try my best to fucking post more.
Yeah, you need to. You need.
Post more.
What we need is the TikToks to be put on there as well.
There's a shitload as well.
Yeah.
I need to get the last 2 episodes and this one up on the Reddit as well. I've been busy with work with the fact that we're being sold.
I've still got all the links, so I may post them on Twitter.
You may.
You may. You will.
It is.
You will.
It is May.
I will. So
And just a
obviously
reminder
all the information that we've spoken about tonight will be readily available. And if you look at it and go, yeah, these guys are fucking retarded. I don't comprehend this information the same way. Well, we don't care. We've given our opinion because that's how things are these days.
Yes.
Opinions hurt. Words hurt.
Sometimes.
Drugs hurt.
On behalf of myself and
Drugs
the entire
help.
human race,
hurt.
The drugs
Sometimes
don't
they
work, they just make you worse.
I know. I see your face again though.
your feelings are your responsibility. That's all I can say.
And a reminder to everyone that on Friday, I know that SD has revealed that he won't be making it, but we will have another person there now. Because I've just arranged for someone who actually knows how to play tabletop games to be there.
It sucks that I'm missing that.
Yeah, but yeah, next Friday we're doing the...
Though. Very convenient though.
It's not convenient.
Just
I don't want to work that day.
All
but
that day.
I mean, come on.
we did plan this like a month.
And everything, you know, I have to work.
We did kind of plan it a month in advance.
We're kind of sort of nattering on now where I could probably end the stream. So
yeah, let's end it now.
Yeah, fair enough.
Straight up busters. Goodbye.